I'm ABC 15 meteorologist Justin Hobbs, and we're listening to you today. Are greenhouse gases bad for us? This comes as the EPA makes regulation cuts on these gases in order to save us some money. But are the cuts worth the cost?
If finalized, today's announcement would amount to the largest deregulatory action in the history of the United States.
On Tuesday, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced a proposal to rescind the 2009 endangerment finding. In a video now posted to Facebook, he asked for your feedback.
We want to hear from the American public to finalize a regulation that not only proposes to rescind the endangerment finding, but all greenhouse gas emissions that followed on light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles.
So we took to the streets of Tempe, listening to what our community thinks.
I think kind of looking at economic impact in a very short term and not thinking about the long-term implications is definitely not a good idea.
I think it's going to cost us more in the long run. Maybe right now it's a shortcut, but overall, if we're looking for maybe 10 years or even 5 years, we're going to see the causes and the consequences of it.
According to a press release from the EPA, this proposal, if finalized, is expected to save Americans $54 billion in cost annually through the repeal of all greenhouse gas standards. After digging deeper, we found in the EPA's own impact report last year, limiting emissions from cars and trucks is expected to generate over $2 trillion in benefits over the next 30 years. That's nearly $70 billion annually.
There are some areas where you can't have overregulation, but what's the root cause of why we have regulation, right? To foster those conversations and to actually have an impact about certain things. Rolling back regulation for, regulation tape and, allowing people to just kind of do things without checks and balances and accountability is probably an area we don't really want to go.
Zeldin and the EPA are challenging the impact of greenhouse gases on human health, saying there is no straight-line conclusion that CO2 from new motor engines is causing endangerment. While the finding does not specify a quantity of impact, on page 44, it concluded that emissions of well-mixed greenhouse gases from new motor vehicles contribute to the air pollution, which is reasonably anticipated to endanger public health and welfare. The proposal now enters a public comment period, but Christy Golfus, executive director of the Natural Resources Defense Council, released in a statement, if EPA finalizes this illegal and cynical approach, we will see them in court. In Tempe, Justin Hobbs, ABC 15, Arizona.